Let's get to the phones, gentlemen. We have our first caller tonight is Deborah, holding for us from Macon. Hi, Ms. Deborah.
Yes.
Go ahead with your question for us tonight.
Okay, I have a question. I had slipped and fell at an establishment, and I hit my head, and I actually have medical bills, and I was trying to call the establishment so that they could pay for the medical bills, but it has been to no avail. When I did call, they said that the case was referred to another firm because that firm was no longer working with this particular establishment, and I just want to know, what do I need to do?
Hey, Deborah. So, yeah, there could be a couple of different things going on here. Yeah, you haven't really gotten into what exactly happened, but if there is a potential for liability or, fault, responsibility on behalf of the establishment, then that's one thing. Even if there's not, though, sometimes those places have insurance policies that have what's called a medical payments coverage or no-fault payments that would pay medical bills even if they don't think they did anything wrong. But here would be a big question. The first question would be whether this happened because of any fault on behalf of the I think you said restaurant establishment owner, and depending on the answer to that question, then kind of guides what your alternatives are. So we would recommend talking to an attorney about that kind of thing, so that they can properly advise you what your options are.
I think that's a good point too, Mike, that a lot of these places, if they have an insurance policy, they may have a provision in there where you don't have to actually prove fault. It's a medical payments provision where if you get hurt, then they pay. Usually those limits are not very much, but if there's not fault, then that might be a place you could turn for some coverage.
Yeah, it's not meant to cover your injury, because when you have a personal injury case, we talk about an injury. The injury is not just your medical bills, it's what people call pain and suffering, all the other stuff you go through. And sometimes the medical bills are just a small part of that, but if there's no fault and they have that kind of coverage, it'd be nice if at least they cover the medical bills. So
that's right.
All right, thanks for that question, Deborah.